Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. This is a program where we share an online course that has proven valuable, a book that has resonated with us, and a proverb that we believe will touch you. And let's wait for our friends and fans to come on. Please drop us in the chat that you're here to see who's here first. And feel free to share this episode so we can touch more people. It's Monday, the 28th of June. We're broadcasting live, as I said earlier, on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And this is the program where we share an online course, a book, and a proverb. So let's see who's here. We're waiting for the comments to come in. And let's start first and foremost with our proverb, which is going to work itself into our course. The proverb is the following: by failing to prepare, you're preparing to fail. Or in other words, to fail to prepare is to prepare to fail. And the most important thing, whatever you do in life, is to be prepared. John Maxwell once said that every day you're either preparing or repairing. You're either preparing for tomorrow or you're repairing yesterday. So if you failed to prepare for tomorrow, you're just repairing yesterday. So the first and most important thing, and the reason we started with our proverb before we started with our online course, is to be prepared. And this will work wonders, and you will understand in just a little while why it is so important when we go on to our online course. Just making sure, Melissa, that we're broadcasting live on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. And let's move on to our course of the day. Our course of the day is titled Sales Strategies and Approaches in a New World of Selling, or in the New World of Selling, by Dean Karrel. This is a course that I found very interesting. I didn't find a lot of new things inside the course, and that's why I'm going to speak from my heart in just a little while. But let's first and foremost show you the course, which is a LinkedIn course. This is Dean Karrel. As you can see, he's a career and executive coach. And the course, if you look on the left-hand side, deals with the new world of selling, returning to work, entire organizations in sync, having a buyer-first mentality, and selling essentials for the future. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to tell you a few things that are very important for you to understand and know when it comes to the new world of selling, which is exactly, in my opinion, just like the old world of selling. Just drop me a note to see who's here. George Ioannou is here. Great to have you, George. Good morning, my friend. And we're talking about the new world of selling, which in my opinion is exactly as the old world of selling. And there are 3 P's from my experience that if you get those 3 P's right, you will excel and you will win over your competition. At least you will have a satisfied customer and a loyal customer who will come back again and again. The first P is personalization. So my question to you is, how do you make sure that you personalize your offer the way you come across to your customers, and do not seem like you're treating everyone like they are the same customer? Let's see, Melvin, let us know from Australia, what do you think? How do you personalize your offering? And Rob, feel free, or George, and tell us how you personalize your offering. Going to wait just a little while to get your answers in. Good morning, Walk and Roll. Marinos, great to have you here, my friend. As I said, we're talking about the new world of selling, but the new world of selling, in my opinion, is similar to the old world of selling. Yes, some things have changed. The customer opts if they want to reach you by phone, by video, or face-to-face. Some things have changed, of course, but some things remain the same. Kalina, how you doing? Great to see you. So how do you personalize your offering? So let me give you 3 things that I do. The first and foremost, I want to know what's happening in the world in general. And the way to have a head advantage from your competition, in my case, is to read the Financial Times. I make a point to read the Financial Times every weekend, and you can read the same newspaper or something similar. As my friend Richard Pettinger, the head of business school at UCL, has said once when I was live watching him lecturing, if you don't read the Financial Times, read the Independent. If you don't read the Independent, at least read the Sun, but read something. So by reading, I get my viewpoint of the world of what's happening, And like an investigating reporter, I look into things. The second thing I do is something that I learned from my friend Lahat Zvi, who's a great consultant in Tel Aviv in Israel. Lahat does something that I find to be very intriguing, and that's why he's also very prepared and personalized. He goes to the various industries that he's active, and he's asking the managers, be it CEOs, chief executive officers, or human resource managers, what are the 3 challenges you are facing today? So he takes all the answers from all the managers, he accumulates them together, and he finds the 3 most important pain points of that particular industry. So by doing this, he comes back to his customers, prospects, and he comes back in a more tailor-made way. He knows exactly what they probably are facing in their industry. And the third thing you do, and this is something similar to what Melissa had just said, I personalize my proposal by getting to know my client in an informal setting before we talk business. It's something that I learned from my friend Jeffrey Gidomer and mentor. Use the PIN code, PIN, the exact same code you're using to access your bank account, PIN, which stands for person, interest, and needs. Ask a question to understand something about the person, how many years they've been in business, what drives them. Ask a question to understand their interests, what's important to them, what are their hobbies, and ask a question to understand the needs. What will you be doing here in 5 years from today, 10 years? What is your plan? What are your current needs in your industry? If you don't ask, you don't get anywhere. As I said earlier, like an investigative reporter, you need to drill in and understand exactly what they're doing, what their needs, what the person is. So reading the newspaper, in my case, it's the Financial Times, doing what Lahat Zvi is doing in Israel and across the globe by asking the HR managers or the C-level executives, CEOs, CFOs, what are the 3 most important pain points in their industry today? And last but not least, using the PIN, person, interest, needs, getting to know the person before you do anything else. Because in this day and age, which is the 3rd P, which is passion, if you do not build rapport with your customer, with your prospect, then you'll probably lose out. Now, the 2nd P is preparation. And since Melissa, you sent something excellent in, try to send another thing in, and this applies to all of you guys. How do you best prepare in order to excel and in order to differentiate yourself from your competition when it comes to preparing your offers, or when it comes to preparing for a lecture, or when it comes to preparing for a call? How do you best prepare to separate yourself from your competitors? Let me wait for your answers to come in because we have a few seconds delay, and let's see who's here by the time you send in something. George Kiprianou, good morning, my friend Mike. Good morning, my friend George. Alexandros Prodobabas is here. Alexandra, great to see you, my friend. It was great seeing you recently. So how do you best prepare? The saying for today, for those of you who were not here exactly on time, was to fail to prepare is to prepare to fail. It was said many years ago by Benjamin Franklin, and it is very vital. As John C. Maxwell says, every day you're either preparing or repairing. You're either preparing for tomorrow, or because you failed to prepare, you're repairing yesterday. So how do you best prepare? How do you best prepare, not just to sell a product or service, but bring insight and knowledge? How do you best prepare in order to ask the right questions to identify the pain points? How do you do that? Well, my dear friends, let's see if you have any answers, or shall I go on and answer it? Let's see. Melissa has hit the nail on the head once again. Research, research, research. What is the biggest challenge of your client right now? It goes back to the pain points. Take their pain away. First and foremost, find their pain and then take their pain away. Each person goes to bed with a thorn in their back. Each person goes to bed with some thoughts in their mind, something that is bugging them. You need to understand exactly, as Melissa has very correctly said, what is that thorn in their back. And how do you do it? You research. You research by doing what Lahat Zvi does. You research by going into their website. You research by even mystery calling or mystery shopping your your prospective client, and you do it by asking other people who have either worked with them or worked in the business. So as a great saying about the Spartan warrior says, those who sweat more in practice bleed less in war. So the most important thing to do is sweat more in practice. Do your push-ups whilst preparing your offer, your proposal, in order to be better prepared to meet the customer's needs and answer any objections they might have. Good morning, Marius. Great to have you here, my friend, and thank you for always being here. And good morning to Stephanie as well. So what's the last P? The last P is P for passion. As I said in a previous episode, passion is ignited by enthusiasm, and enthusiasm comes from the Greek word entheo, the God within, entheo. So the best way to be passionate is love what you do. Don't do it for the money. Do it in order to help people. If you can move beyond being a salesperson and being a trusted advisor, and you can do that by giving solutions to your customers, if you cannot meet their needs, don't try to meet them simply to pick up a check, but send them to your competitors who can help them, if they can help them. Act in their best interest, not in your best interest. And through the passage of time and thinking medium term to long term, you will have loyal customers because you personalize things, you prepare for things, and you're passionate. If you're passionate, it will show in your eyes, it will show in your smile. You will be able to build better rapport, which is the common ground. Rapport is common ground. This is what you need to build before you move on to business, talking business. And if you do this, you are on your way not only for the new world of sales, but also for the old world of sales. 3 Ps. Put them in action and you will never, ever lose out. And for those of you who think that they want to read more and learn more and do more and be more, I'm going to refer now the book, which is my all-time favorite book when it comes to sales and not only. And I will ask Melissa to show the book cover now. It is called The Ultimate Sales Machine by Chet Holmes. The guy died a few years back, but thank God he managed to write a masterpiece. What do you learn in this book? You learn how to be disciplined. You will learn how to stick to a few strategies and get really good at them, because you will need to do less things but do them well, and figure out, which is the most important thing, how to educate your prospect and your customer. There is a great case study about a carpet company in New Jersey. I don't want to spoil it for you, but this company was in great need of extra sales, and they couldn't find new customers. And what did they do? They educated their customers on why they need to clean their carpets 3 times a year and not 1 time a year, by using Chet Holmes' technique, and they managed to increase their sales 2-fold and 3-fold by using and by tapping on the exact same market share. So that's the book I suggest you read, The Ultimate Sales Machine by Chet Holmes, for those of you who want to write it down, but Melissa will share it after we're done with our program. Please follow us on YouTube so you get notified first on which videos are coming up, and also you'll get a notification about the Jumpstart Monday and any other live program that we do. And let's see who else is here. Kostas Michalopoulos is here. Thank you, Mr. Virardi. Have a great week. Thank you. The same to you, Kostas, and thank you for following us. And just an announcement to make. This book is just out, Grow 2. It's in Greek, not in English. It's stories about people who have failed, and from that failure they learned a lot, because on the road to success you pass through failure. All the money that's coming in, they go to these charities. Nothing goes to the people who have thought of this book. And I have also contributed a chapter in this book. It's on page 288, if I'm not mistaken, but all of the stories here are amazing. It's by Vangelis Papadimas and Thodoris Piliotis, and by all of us, the contributors. And by buying this book, which is going to be in all bookshops in Greece and in Cyprus, we're helping people in need, like the Make-A-Wish Foundation and many more others. Dear friends and fans, thank you for tuning in. We kept it short, around the 15-minute mark. and hope to see you all back here next Monday. I want to thank my associate Melissa for organizing everything, and all of you for being present. It's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you very, very much. Take good care and have a